Hello, welcome to the final bundle of this series, all around the lessons that I learned in 2025 and the intentions that I'm setting for 2026. I believe, what are we up to? I think this is part 13. You may be thinking, will this ever end? Honestly, these are the last three. But I told you, we're going deep into this intention setting and lesson learning because remember, you are the common denominator of your personal brand. So you have to do that work on yourself first before you go forth and move in the world. I mean, I could just say that to you and it would grow your business. But I'll just continue for the other minutes. Anyway, here's what I had to learn last year. Radical honesty. I am a trained actor, so of course I can play a character, and I've often played characters throughout the years that have been really quite removed from who I am in my real life. I don't know what happened in 2025. I mean, I know that it was the year of the snake, the shedding, the seeing what's underneath, the seeing what's what, the getting to the heart of the truth. But there were so many parts in my life that I had squashed. And I had been very, what is the word? Compliant. I know that wasn't the word that I was necessarily looking for, but it's the one that feels right. I'd kind of just gone along with things and I hadn't questioned things too much. Now, some of that was life circumstances. Some of that was not having time to do anything. Some of that was continuously feeling as though I was on this hamster wheel, kind of in survival mode. Not necessarily through trauma, but my kids just didn't sleep for so many years. And I think when you don't have sleep, it honestly affects everything else. I mean, I'm no doctor and you don't need a doctor to tell you that, but I really got to a stage where I was just having to put one foot in front of the other. And there was something in 2025 where my hormones, I think, really took a massive switch. They've really changed, I would say, in the last 4 or 5 years. But last year, they really mixed things up. And basically, my body said, it's too exhausting to keep nodding and smiling and ignoring your own needs and saying things are okay when they're not, or being overly positive and optimistic when actually what was required of me was some honesty and some soul searching and some bigger questions and some different approaches. And so radical honesty, although it felt really hard and challenging and crushing at times, I have come out of the end of that year better for it because I now know what I'm dealing with. And when you have to get radically honest, you get to the truth. And the truth sets you free. Honestly, it sets you free. And so now, although some areas of my life, it's just like, oof, that feels a bit bare. This feels like it's about to be rebuilt. And sometimes that's unnerving. You know, if you see a plain patch of grass and nothing's on it yet, it's like, okay, so is this thing going to happen? I'm having to do a lot of trusting. But I do know now what I'm building next is coming from that connected, aligned place, which feels great. Number 2, following on from that, I had some hard conversations in 2025. And it fitted completely in with the year of the snake, the shedding, looking at the systems and being the one. And I think for most of us, hard conversations, especially as a woman, can be associated with being a diva, being attention seeking, making a fuss, being too emotional, hysterical, rocking the boat, all of these things. And coupled with the radical honesty, it's been a great time for being very clear about the intentions that I have. And I have these conversations, for example, with my kids all the time. I said to one of them yesterday when I gave them some feedback about something, not in a kind of like, let's have a look at your year in review, but no, they did something and I thought they could do it better. And I gave them some pointers around it. And I said, I am your common denominator in your life. And please know, and I can't speak for everybody, I can only speak for myself, I'm not doing this to make myself feel better. I am all for you in this situation. And I also said to them, you've got a life coach for a mum. You've got somebody who is honestly, and I can say that hand on heart, I wake up every single day thinking, right, kid, what can you do better today? Where are you? I have that self-awareness because I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm a work in progress, but I am determined to continue on that path. And so I said to my child, I'm sorry, I'm just not going to be one of those people who goes, yeah, it's all right for you to do this, this, and this, even though it's weird behavior or bad behavior or entitled behavior or whatever the behavior is. And they got it. They did get it. But I think that we have to counteract all of those narratives that people so want to believe about being hysterical or emotional or too picky or bossy or whatever the negative connotations are with, or you are the one. You are the one to offer another perspective. You are the one that's bringing fresh tools. You are the one who is actually there on the ground doing it. So you know what exactly is happening inside the nucleus of the thing. How could you move forward into the you are the one energy? And sometimes when we have those conversations, people can be grateful for it because literally if you say something and you think it's obvious, that's why you've been saying it again and again, and then suddenly you have that realization of going, I've got to say this in a different way, haven't I? It's still not ringing true. People are grateful because eventually when they get the thing, they're like, oh, it makes so much sense. And then they take it on as their thing and it becomes the ripple effect, and it's a great thing. Number 3, I have really been actively and meticulously regulating my nervous system this year. If I look at the things that are around my bed, you will see that. So I take some, I don't even know what they are. I'm just going to call them supplements. I do know what they are, but I don't know how to explain it in medical terms. I take some supplements before going to bed. I've recently bought myself an excellent hot water bottle. What else? I've got a great new silk eye mask. I've got a meditation playlist. I've really cleared up my bedside table. Our room is much more relaxed, and it's really helped me to be grounded. Another thing I always used to do with my kids when they were little was they used to have like a fresh onesie every night after bedtime. Our routine at night is very regimented. It's very boring, but it really suits us all. And I realized that what would it feel like for me to have fresh PJs every night? And I really take that whole bedtime ritual really, really seriously. And it's really worked. So what could you take forward in terms of what are the rituals? And maybe you do it for other people around you, but you don't do it for yourself. How can you incorporate those rituals, those routines, those regulations into yourself? They're really, really powerful. Come back for the next episode. If you're not subscribed, why not? Come on over and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.